Let's talk some MMA here on the program with our good friend. I don't know how good friends we are. We're acquaintances. We're nice, kind of friendly guys.
We know each other.
Yeah. This guy I met a few times from ringsidereport.net. You can follow him on twitter.com/DaveSimonMMA. He'll be on this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, after hockey.
After hockey.
There's a Stanley Cup something happening.
Yes.
And we'll be on after the first game. First game? Is game
I,
one on
Wednesday? I believe it is game one, yes.
So we'll be on after that.
Either it is game one or Stefano Michello just gave me the finger.
And we have been delayed by hockey the past couple shows, actually all this week, Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah.
So we got on both nights at like 10:50. So I'm
not too bad.
Guessing that's when we'll get on Wednesday night, unless the Stanley Cup final games last longer for some reason.
No, I think they're the same. I think they have the same rules. They don't go to 25-minute periods, do they, Stefano?
Well, they could go to overtime.
Why not? In the UFC, when it's a championship fight, 2 extra rounds.
I like it.
NHL, they should do an extra period.
Well, then you'd be on even later. All right, let's talk about the UFC. Big card last night, Dave Simon. Obviously, you were watching it. Your thoughts on the overall presentation?
It was pretty much the same presentation as we usually see from the UFC. Their production values haven't really changed since the last show.
All right, smart ass. I was talking about the quality of the fights. All right?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, good fights. Excellent fights.
All right.
Really, really good. A lot of knockouts. A lot of impressive performances. Just
fight of the night was?
Up and down. I don't know. I think
come on.
I think that they
That's the analysis we only get from ringsidereport.net, folks.
Well, I do most of the research for the show on Wednesday, so I don't really come to you with answers.
Yeah, he kind of half-asses it on Sunday.
Yeah,
It's really kind of, when you tape an audition or a dress rehearsal, that's what Sunday is for Dave Simon. He kind of just, he goes through the motions, he answers my silly questions.
Yeah,
Frank Mir, he's a fighter. Yeah, he's not the promoter, he's not an agent, he's not a trainer. He just answers my dumb questions.
No, the questions are usually easy with you. I don't think they actually gave a fight of the night. I think they did 2 submissions and 2 knockout of the night bonuses. It was just
a lot of bonuses to hand out. They figure that's enough.
Yeah.
All right.
4 bonuses instead of 3.
All right.
Roy Nelson got a knockout of the night bonus. He looked fantastic. A 1-punch knockout of Dave Herman. But of course, the main event, it was Junior Dos Santos. It was all heavyweight card. The main pay-per-view card, 5 heavyweight fights, and it was headlined with the heavyweight title on the line. Junior Dos Santos retains the championship, destroys Frank Mir.
He was a big favorite too, correct?
Oh yeah, he was minus 500 when we previewed
5
it
to
on
1,
Friday.
5 to 1.
Yeah, and he did not disappoint, finishing Frank Mir in the second round. It was all Junior Dos Santos, and it was actually supposed to be Alistair Overeem in this fight. Overeem tested with elevated levels of testosterone in his pre-fight. It was actually a surprise drug test during a press conference that they had a couple months ago. So Overeem got taken out of the fight. Very disappointing that Overeem wasn't in that fight last night. I think it would have been a lot more even-paced, and I think that the Overeem fight is the fight that everybody wanted to see. Now we're going to have to wait around until Overeem is off suspension. But another fight that I think people want to see that we will get next in the heavyweight division will be Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez in the rematch. Of course, in November, Junior Dos Santos knocking Velasquez out in just over 60 seconds. People have said that Velasquez wasn't himself, coming off a long injury in that fight. Velasquez looking amazing in the co-main event last night, destroying Antonio Silva in 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Antonio Silva was a bloody mess, just leaking all over the octagon. Cain Velasquez with the TKO win, crushing Silva, looking very, very good. Looking like the Cain Velasquez of old, and looking like the clear number 1 contender in the UFC heavyweight division. Junior is number 1, Cain Velasquez is number 2. Let's see him fight again, see what happens.
In terms of Dos Santos, a guy who's sort of one of the faces of UFC, what is he like? I've never heard him speak. Is he a charismatic guy? Does he speak English well? I know a little bit of his background, that he was a busboy or a waiter or something like that.
Well, he's a Brazilian guy, and he is taken to English very well. He coached a season of The Ultimate Fighter opposite Brock Lesnar. He was actually supposed to fight Brock Lesnar at one point in time. Dos Santos, he has learned to speak English quite well. He's very charismatic. He smiles. There was a really nice story where there's this kid, about 8-9 years old, I think, that goes to Dos Santos gym in Brazil, hangs out with the champ, and he lives in one of the favelas in Brazil, just a little shack with his mother and brothers. A kid that doesn't have a lot of opportunities, and he asked Junior Dos Santos, take me with you to Las Vegas. I want to see you fight. JDS said, we'll see what we can do, and he made it possible to bring the kid, and the kid was out there watching his fight last night. He brought him into the octagon afterwards. They have a nice relationship there. He's a good guy, and he's really a perfect ambassador for the sport, and he's becoming a huge superstar in Brazil, where the sport is just taken off
Right.
Like nothing else in Brazil. It's just huge, and Dos Santos, just the perfect guy to be there, the perfect guy to be the UFC heavyweight champion. He's fantastic.